Hey everyone, this is a guitar tutorial for The One You Love by Elevation Worship featuring Chandler Moore. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to my channel or give this video a like and comment below on what else you want to see in the future. Additionally, if you're interested in any of the gear that you see today, there are links in the description below. Alright, grab your acoustic guitar and a capo and let's get started. Alright, so you'll notice my capo is on the first fret. We're going to be playing in the key of C to match the original key, which is C sharp. Now, if you go on Elevation's website and you look up the chord chart for the song, it's going to say D flat. D flat is the same thing as C sharp. So I'm just going to kind of clear things up by putting a capo on and make life a little easier. So here are the chords you need to know. C, G, A minor, F, C over E, D minor, and C over G. Alright, so there's a lot of variations of C. Let's just go over that first of all, because we can hit 3 chords in pretty much one shape, more or less. So C is just your index finger on the B string first fret, middle finger D string second fret, and then ring finger on the A string third fret. I'm not going to play the low E string, so this is just the regular C chord. To play C over E, you don't have to do anything, just let that low E ring out now. Strumming all the strings. And for C over G, I'm going to bump the ring finger up to the low E string, but I'm going to press it down, of course, on the third fret, and put my pinky down underneath it where that originally was, now on the A string third fret as well. So it looks like that. This is C over G. For A minor, you can basically take off those top 2 fingers, keep your index finger and middle finger down where they were for C. So just remember that's the B string first fret and middle finger on the D string second fret. This is technically an A minor 7. Avoid strumming the low E string. You can do a regular A minor by putting your ring finger down on the G string second fret. Just more of a deeper sound. For the F chord, I'm going to use my version, which is kind of like the Bethel version of F. It's more of an F2. So put your index finger again on the B string, first fret. Skip the G string, but put your ring finger and pinky down on the third fret of the A and D strings, and it sounds like this. But notice my thumb is blunting the low E string, and I'm not going to strum all the way down to the high E. You could also blunt it with your index finger if you can. So if you're strumming really hard, you don't have to worry about accidentally hitting those strings. Alright, next up, D minor. This comes near the end of the song, so you don't have to worry about it for a while. Put your index finger now on the high E string, first fret, middle finger G string, second fret, and your ring finger on the B string, third fret. You're going to avoid strumming the low E and A strings for this. Again, that's D minor. And for G, you can do it several ways. You can do middle finger on the low E string, third fret, index finger on the A string, second fret, and then your pinky goes down on the high E, third fret. You might see me put my ring finger down on the third fret B string, but you don't have to do it that way. That's with it, that's without. There is a G suspended chord, and you can't really cheat and use the same shape exactly. You can almost do that, but you're going to have to switch some fingers around. So now put your ring finger on the low E, third fret, A string is covered on the second fret with your middle finger, and your index finger covers the B string, first fret again. Almost like a C chord. Alright, so those are all the chords you need to know, and if I've forgotten anything, I'll come back after we play through the song. And don't worry, I'm going to put the chords on screen for you. I'll say the chords as we go along, and I have to explain one thing before we play through it. We'll do the strumming pattern also after we play through the song. But right after the bridge starts, Chandler does this thing on the piano, and it sounds so cool. It sounds like this. So I'll show you how to play that after we play through the song as well. All right, here we go. A minor, F, C over G, G, 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 A minor, F, G suspended, G, C, G over B, A minor, G, F, 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 A minor, F, C over G, G, A minor, F, C over G, G, A minor, F, C over G, G, A minor, F, G suspended, G, C, G over B, A minor, G, F, 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 C over E, A minor, G, 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 D minor, A minor, G, same chords for a while, D minor, A minor, G, 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 C, G over B, A minor, G, F, C, G over B, A minor, G, D minor, 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 A minor, G, F. Well, everyone, I hope that I was able to help you out with that tutorial, and I'm sorry I forgot to explain G over B, which is actually very easy. You could do one of two things. You might have seen me play this way. Put your index finger on the A string, 2nd fret, and then your pinky on the B string, 3rd fret. And that was the G over B you saw me use in the video. But you could also just play the G chord shape I taught you at the beginning and just avoid strumming the low E. It's pretty much the same thing, and whatever is easier for you, you can stick with that. All right, now notice that this song doesn't really have an acoustic guitar part, so a lot of the things that I'm teaching you, you have to take with a grain of salt because you could probably do it better or invent your own thing that could benefit you and your team. So to break down the beginning, the simplest way to explain it is my thumb is playing the lowest string it can for each chord, or the bass note of the chord, and my index finger and middle finger are plucking the G and B strings really for each chord shape. So here's A minor, F, C over G, and G. F, C over G, and G. One more time. A, F, C over G, and G. Now again, you don't have to do that. If you have a keys player, you really don't have to play there at all. But if you don't have a piano player, then you might want to play those chords there and play them very chill. Notice I never really started strumming until the bridge came in. So there you go. Speaking of which, that part I showed you right before we played through the song, this is how you play it. Put your index finger on the high E 1st fret, and your middle finger is going to go on the G string 2nd fret. And I'm going to pluck those two strings with my thumb and middle finger, and then pull off. And then this is where the magic happens. You have your middle finger and ring finger on the D and B strings of the 3rd fret, and I'm going to slide up after I pluck that to the 5th fret. So really slowly, pluck, pull off, pluck, slide. One more time. Or really slow motion, sorry. Pluck and pull off, pluck and slide. And that's really the rhythm that he's using there. And again, that's more of a piano part. You don't want to encroach on what the piano player is doing. But if you don't have one, again, it'd probably be pretty cool to pull that off during worship. Just saying. For strumming pattern, honestly, it varies throughout the song, and you could make your own pattern up. But something that I was using near the end, something like this. C, G over B, so really just down, 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 or down, 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 up, down. Now, to be honest, I'm not very good at explaining strumming patterns, so maybe you can come up with something a little bit better, and I know you can. But if you can't, you can just do that, but I wouldn't suggest doing it throughout the entire song. Remember, this is a piano-led song. There really isn't an acoustic guitar part, and try to finger pick like I showed you, at least for the first half of the song, so you can let it breathe and let it build. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and comment below on what else you want to see in the future. And I'm excited to say my wife and I do have tickets to see Elevation at the end of this month, and we'll tell you how it goes, well, once we see it. So, all right, well, thanks, guys. Have a great week. God bless.